to shift gears. We're going to talk about a type of guard. It's called belly kick guard. We're going to talk about what it looks like, and then we're going to go and put it back into the drill that we're doing right now. Toby, can I borrow you, please? Can you stand up? Can you stand up? So, it doesn't really matter how we get here for the time being. So I'm just going to pick one of his legs. Say I pick his right leg. What I'm going to do is see I'm sitting down, and you see how both of my knees are encircling his one leg. What I want to do is I want to think about sitting on his shoelaces. So I'm sitting on his shoelaces. Now what I'm going to do is see my leg that's to the outside. In this case, it's my left leg. My left hand is just going to go here. I'm going to go, and I'm going to control his heel. Okay, it's imperative that I grab the heel. Note how I don't want the Achilles tendon like this. I want to grab the heel. You see how my heel is almost teardrop shaped, and almost the palm of my hand sits perfectly over top of it. Right? So that's what I want. I want the heel. Now what I want to try and do, everybody, is I want to try and just reposition myself just a little bit more onto this angle. Now my outside leg, my left leg, you see I'm pretending that his leg is a tree and this is a snake. So I'm snaking behind, through, and then up. You see how I want my shoelaces to go onto his far hip, the crest of his hip. Now as well, what am I doing with my toes? I am pulling my toes. See how I can do two things with my toes. I can either point my toes, here like a ballerina, or I can pull my toes. My fingernails, my toenails rather, coming up to my shin as I snake around his leg, here, going behind the hamstring, and then front, like so. Do you see how I'm actually pulling my toes, like this, securing his hip? Now what I'm going to do with my free leg, my right leg in this sense, you see how I'm now going to weave it underneath his knee. I want his knee. From here, see my knees are going to be butterflied out. See how my toes are actually pointing towards the wall here, and my toes here are pointing towards the mirror. I'm now going to go and separate my legs, and then just have just pop it, Toby back onto the floor, and then I'm coming up. After I do the sweep. So without Toby for a moment, what am I doing? Holding onto his leg. And then you see how my toe, one set of toes is pointing this way, this set of toes is pointing that way. I am butterflying out my legs. It's not here where I'm going like this. I am extending my knees, but you see how it's going this way. Here, I'm doing a kick. Right? I'm extending my legs so I can go and do the split. So Toby, can we do that again, please? This is called the De La Riva guard, named after Ricardo De La Riva. Right? A couple of claims to fame. The first thing is that in years, through all the years of competition, he never got his guard past once. Right? And this guard was made famous by him. Also, he had an epic battle between Porla Gracie. This is about 20 years ago. They had this epic match. You can see it on YouTube. So, I'm going to pick a leg. Say I do his right leg. See how I'm sitting down and both my knees are encircling against my leg. I'm in essence going to sit on his foot. See how close my hip is. Now, see how my outside leg, in this case is my left. I'm going to use my left hand. I'm grabbing onto his heel. I'm just going to hook on like this. I'm not using my thumb. I'm just going to hook on. Now, I'm going to encircle his leg like my foot is a snake. I'm circling around. I may need to lift my hip up. See how I'm putting my foot on the floor, so I'm lifting my hip up in order to get really deep and secure, putting my shoelaces on his hip. I am pulling my toes up to secure this position. Now my free leg, this leg right here, is going to go behind his knee. Now I do want to grab his sleeve. This is a component of it. This will not only assist in the sweep, but also it will disallow him from grabbing onto my sleeve or my hand. Here, grab onto my hand, and he'll pull up, and then you see how I can run towards Chris now? Run your whole body, yeah. And then he can escape. All right, so I do want his sleeve, but right now all I want is for everybody just to get this position, right? From here, I'm going to separate my legs. See how I'm basically kicking in this plane, and I'm kicking in this plane, and I'm making him sit on his butt, always unwinding my ankles and sitting up here, grabbing out my sweep. All right, so can we try that, please, everybody? De La Riva sweep. Let's go, team.